Hello and welcome to Couples Drive, where married couples share their stories from when they met, courted, got married and beyond. I'm your host, Adwoa. This week, my guest is Nana Adwoa and Sonny. They recently got married and accepted my invitation to hitch a ride, and I'm excited as always. This is part 1 of my ride with Nana Adwoa and Sonny. Take a look. Hello.
Hi. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Alright, first of all, thanks for taking time to ride with me. This is Couples Drive, and what we do is, we take a ride with married couple, get to know them and their journey, what they like about marriage and what they hate about marriage. And stuff like
Nice.
that. And I know it's like what, 30 degrees today?
Yeah, very
So
cold.
it's really
today.
cold, yeah. So I really appreciate you guys taking time to take a ride with me.
Oh, thanks for the opportunity.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
So how long have you guys been married?
2 days. No.
2 days?
No, like what, 3 weeks?
Like 3 weeks.
Oh wow.
Well,
Have you made a
3
book yet?
weeks of the, the American way, but for the Ghanaian traditional,
Oh, yeah.
it's been
August 19th. Wow. September
August,
19th,
September,
October
3
19th.
months
Yeah, November 19th would be 3 months.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
for the traditional. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cool. And I know you were telling me you guys got married in Greece.
Yes,
Wow.
we did.
Why Greece?
Everyone asks that.
Well, I'm gonna answer because I think we have different answers.
Oh, really?
For me, that was just one of the places that I've always wanted to just visit.
Okay.
So even before like Sonny and I discussed getting married or anything, I just wanted to visit there for a vacation for a couple of years now.
Okay.
And then I asked Sonny, I was like, why don't we do that for our honeymoon? Not even a wedding, just the honeymoon.
Okay.
And he was okay with that. And then all of a sudden I'm just like, let's just kill 2 birds with 1 stone and have a small ceremony there and then still stay another week for our honeymoon. And I showed him the pictures and he loved it. That was how it came upon for me.
She's forgetting one key thing.
Which is?
Another deciding factor was the fact that due to like our family sizes, we knew that if we were to have a wedding here, like a white wedding here in like New York or whatever, Long Island, it would have been extremely expensive.
Oh,
So
okay.
when she brought the idea, like, Greece, and I saw the picture, I'm like, listen,
Let's
these
do
pictures
this.
are beautiful. So if we can save some money in our pockets and save some, save our family some money as well, then let's kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Let's do it.
We just wanted to be intimate and people who we really...
So how many people showed up?
About 30, like
Yeah.
28.
Yeah, our max was 30 and about like 28, 29 shows.
Because
wow.
one person missed the flight, so
That must be very intimate.
it was.
I mean, it turned out to be magical, to be honest.
Everything
That's like
you
the only
expected.
record used for it is magical because
Yeah.
it was almost like a surreal experience.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
That is
it's not
definitely
like it wasn't us in the wedding, but it was
Okay.
us because like you watch stuff like that on movies and
Right.
shows and stuff like that, but you don't really ever expect to be a part
Part of
of
it.
something in Greece, let
Right.
alone a wedding in Greece. So it was really surreal.
And actually be the lead role.
Exactly, yeah.
And like you
it turned out so
discuss
well.
it, you talk about it, you look at pictures, and sometimes people don't even believe us that we were really going to do it, and for it to actually like manifest, it was like, wow. Like, I can't believe we're here, like we did this.
So,
Absolutely.
well, congratulations again. How
Thank
is it
you.
like being married? The sound and the thought of it, married woman or married
Well, so let me go first, right? And it's funny because like a friend of mine asked me this, I think last week. I was telling Nana, and he was like, "So, how is it being married?" And I told him, I'm like, "Well, honestly speaking, this is what I expect. I expected to be doing nothing, like to pretty much just enjoying your partner's company,
Right.
Being in their space, them being in your space, and then you doing whatever it is together. I mean, it could be watching TV, it could be, anything, and that's really what I anticipated, prior to marriage, and so far that's what I'm actually experiencing. So
He used to tell
So
me
far,
all
so
the
good.
time before we got married. I'm like, I wonder how it's gonna be. He's like, girl, we're just gonna be laying down, sitting down, watching TV, doing nothing.
Yeah.
So it's funny he's saying
And that's
that.
all you've been doing.
For me, it's still a little strange. Like, it's weird. I mean, it's only been like a couple of weeks, you know. So for me to even say my husband, or I have a husband, or I'm married, it's
That's
foreign
true,
to me. You know, like I guess I'm still like adjusting.
Right.
But besides that, I feel like it's been really, really good. Like, I didn't have high expectations, and that may sound negative, but I didn't have that fairy tale expectation that I feel like a lot of females put that on themselves. Like, oh, you know, the ceremony and living together puts them in this bubble and not really realistic, you know, of what's really going on. So I didn't have this high expectation, and I feel like that's helped because it's been smooth so far. You know, of course you have your little things here and there, but nothing major so far. It's been really nice.
Now,
Be-
did
like
you
coming
guys know each other or already growing up, or you met somewhere and you...
Well, so
Basically, let me put it this way. How did you guys
how did we meet?
That is
So-
actually my favorite question.
So let me see if I can. So to be honest, like I've known this girl for so long that I
How
can't
long?
even like since I was like probably 6 years old and she was like 4
Oh,
years
really?
old. Yeah. So it's like I can't even necessarily tell you when we met. I just know it was a long time ago. We were very, very young kids. I can't even tell you exactly where we met at. I just know that I saw her around Colgate, you know, at different areas. So maybe it could have been in front of the building, could have
Okay.
been walking to the
We
store.
went to the same
We went to
elementary
the same
school,
church.
the same church.
You know, so it's like I
Pentecost.
can't pinpoint exactly, but I just know I've known her for
Shout out to Holy
forever.
Cross.
Yeah, definitely.
Everybody went to Holy Cross. A lot of
Yeah.
people went to Holy Cross.
So you guys have been around each other for a while.
Yeah.
I agree with I can't pinpoint when we first met because we were very young, but the only memory that gives me like a solid first memory is I have an uncle who's younger than me, Justice. He had a 5th birthday party at McDonald's around Colgate, and Sonny was there. So if Justice was 5, I was 7, and Sonny must have been 8.
9.
8 or 9, whatever.
Yeah, right. Yeah, actually, yeah, 8 or 9, depending
8 or
on the
9,
month.
depending on the month, right? So that's what I can remember. That my first memory of Sonny is when I was 7 and he was 8 or 9 at Justice's 5th birthday party.
So at what point did you guys
I mean,
decided to, you know what,
Date.
I
date
think
and let's do this?
I think the actual physical or attraction start. I would say church. I mean, unfortunately, you know.
It's not a portrait.
Why is it unfortunate?
I mean, because I guess the perception is like, you know, as a young person, you shouldn't be engaged in like dating and stuff like that,
Right,
you know, in
right,
church at a young age or whatever.
Right.
But you know, I mean, I would say it started from Pentecost Church because Pentecost Church is like what I remember seeing her most often, and then it was Holy Cross,
Yes,
right?
sure. We used to walk to school.
I don't think you went to PS 93.
I did. I went for
so
kindergarten.
See, I don't
But I
remember
don't
her
remember
in
you in
PS 93
PS93 either,
right?
yeah.
But I remember her at Holy Cross and at Pentecost Church.
Okay.
So it's between Holy Cross and Pentecost Church, and I would say more so Pentecost Church because that's like it's always been a part of our lives, whatever, especially growing up. Yeah.
But I feel like church we saw each other only on Sundays, and at Holy Cross at least we were always in a group, whether we were going to school together or coming home from school together.
No, but see, I
So we
started.
saw each other every
I started
day,
Holy
kinda.
Cross at 3rd grade, right? And I've been going
Me
to
too.
Pentecost Church way before that. So I was seeing you most likely at Pentecost Church at Sunday school. You know, when your mom was teaching and stuff like that, and when
And we used to go outside at Colgate when I used to live with my grandparents. But you don't have a
I kind of feel
recollection.
like that was more so Holy Cross time, like kind of 12, 13-ish.
I
Some
was
of
in
you,
the 7th grade, 8th grade. I wasn't at Holy Cross.
but you was like 12, 13, right? 7th grade, 14-ish.
I went to 7th grade when I was with Pam, living with Pam.
Yeah, but see,
But younger,
you can't
yeah.
You can't pinpoint it exactly
Younger.
when. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, at what point did you guys decide to, you know what, we've known each other for what, about 20-something years now, and, you know, I've known you for this long, and I know you're this good guy or good girl, and I feel that we can, you know, make something out of it.
Well, for me, I would say you know, my new motto is enjoy the process.
Okay.
Because life is a process, and timing is everything. You know, a lot of times we feel like, you know, you're ready for something, or you might see other people, you know, appearing to be ready, or they are ready, whatever the case is, but that doesn't mean you individually are ready. And I just feel like everything was just timing. Everything just fell into place perfectly with us. And I just feel like, I mean, as far as wanting to marry her, I've known that I wanted to marry her since we were young. You know, I knew that I would marry her. You know, so like, as the years...
What made you so sure?
I mean, honestly, if you know Nana, you know the type of person she is. You know she's a very good person. You know, like, a genuinely good person. So, I feel like I need that in my life because, you know, like...
At that very
no, like
young age?
No,
right,
like, throughout my
question.
life, like, I mean, I'm a very difficult person. Like, if you know me, you know that Sonny's a very reserved, quiet person. Like, but sometimes you just need that good energy to, you know, to help you through certain things. And I just feel like, you know, all throughout the course of my life, I mean, she's helped in, you know, more ways than she would ever know.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of ways that she doesn't know how she helped me, but, you know, just the marriage part, I just feel like that was just what we needed. We need to make it official, you know, and just take it to the next level and just be like, this is my wife instead of, you know, my girlfriend or whatever the case is. And, you know, and that's my story at least. I just felt like it was just the perfect time to do it. Yeah.
Nana, what about you?
It's interesting because when he said, you know, sometimes you look at other people and you feel like you're ready because we've known each other and been together for so long. You think like this would have happened like at least 5 years ago, you know. But like he said, it's not a race, and it's not about what you feel like it's not about like what you feel like, oh, it should be like this is the next step. Right. For me, it's not about this is the next step. I mean, obviously it is, but I didn't marry him just because I feel like, oh, we've dated for a long time, we need to marry, you know. I mean, that's a part of it, but it's not like the main focal. I feel like he's like my best friend. He's always been my best friend. Out of you know, Pam, of course, is my best friend. Shout out to Pam. But besides Pam, Sonny is my ultimate best friend because everything that Pam knows about me has to do with Sonny, and he is the half part of it. So since I was little, even if like we weren't romantically involved or dating, or you know, we dated other people and you know, reconnected, he's always been like constant. Like, I can't see myself in this life without him. Even if we weren't together,
right,
I couldn't picture this life without him because he's been a part of my life. So he's a part of me, you know. And as far as like my children, he's the one that I want to father my children, you know.
Definitely.
You feel good, right?
He's very difficult, but Sonny's very loving deep down. He doesn't show it as much. He's not as outgoing and he's not as social, but he's a very kind soul.
So basically, you guys were seeing each other, you know, courting for a couple of years before you decided to make it official.
Well, I would say we courted as adults for like 4 or 5 years or so before the actual proposal.
Okay.
Yeah. Because, you know, little kids stuff, even though we've known each other, we were like little high school, elementary school crushes. That's not really serious.
Yeah.
You know, these things happen, hurt each other, but that's not real adult things until, you know, after I came back home from college. And at that time, I was, you know, I just came out of a relationship too. Like, I didn't think we were going to get back together, you know, and I was okay with that. And he was in a couple of relationships too. So it just, like he said, timing. I just felt like it just
It was just right.
Yeah.
And just to add one thing, like, you know, the word that you used was perfect because, like, I courted her. Like, it was almost like we started literally from scratch. Like,
yeah.
It was almost like I didn't know her. We went on weekly dates. Like,
yes.
It's funny. Like,
we sure did.
Like, I really courted her, and it was like, I mean, it was a great experience, to be honest. Like, to like act as if we didn't know each other and just get to know each other all over again, going on dates, spending time together. So I think that time period was a good lead up to
Definitely.
You know, to the ultimate proposal and then the wedding and then so forth and so forth.
Definitely, because we had to relearn each other. We were separated for like 5 years. we were seeing other people, and we were children. I mean, teenagers. Now we were adults, so we had to relearn what our likes and our dislikes were, what we will both tolerate now and what we won't tolerate now, and kind of figure out if it will work out. So we did. It was like a real live television courting. Every Thursday we went out on dates, talking on the telephone.
So, on that note, what did you like about him that drew you even closer to him?
During our courting?
Yeah.
I feel like Sonny grew up and he was more, I don't want to say open, because he was more open, but the main thing is he grew up, and I saw that he was trying and he was making an effort to become a responsible, mature man.
Okay.
At the end of the day, not even an adult, a man, as opposed to things that we were, that happened, or he was just making that effort, and I saw that, and that helped me, like, okay, maybe this would work out. And for me to see that just means that he's going to eventually continue to evolve. He's not going to change. He's not going to be stuck in his ways or stuck to just one thing that he knows. He's going to continue making that effort to become the best version of himself and the best man he can be. Because if you're going to be a great man for yourself, then I can only hope that you're going to be great for your family,
great husband,
as well.
Great father.
Exactly.
Sonny, how about you?
What was the question again?
What did you like during our courting process?
One thing that you think was a game changer for you?
A game changer during the courting. I don't know. I mean, I just feel like just that whole experience, just the whole courting, just the word courting and the actual act of courting was something new for me, because I mean, I've pursued, women before in the past, or girls before, but courting in the sense of, going on dates and doing what you actually do when you're courting someone was just a good experience for me. It was something new for me, and, I really appreciated just those dates. And it's funny because, I remember, when we came to a point where we didn't go as often on actual dates, we would talk about, remember those when we used to go on Thursday dates, stuff like that. So it's it was a lasting impression for me, definitely, and I'm sure on Nana as well.
Right.
So I really appreciate just the courting aspect the most. It was just,
you
it was something
me
new.
Making you court me?
it was interesting.
Because to be honest, Sonny was very used to but we were young, used to you don't really court girls. You just, I like you, I go to your house, hang out, whatever, and there's not really any effort on his part. He was just used to getting whatever he wanted from a female, I think. So that was
the courting
different
was fun,
for you.
That was a new thing to you.
Yeah, it was very fun too. It was fun. It was fun. 'Cause, I mean, we would pick different places to go to go out to eat.
Every week it was
just
different
activity,
and
just not
and
eating,
we
just
switched.
different
One week he would choose an activity, another week I'll choose an
that's
activity.
nice. Yeah.
And to be honest, during that stage, we fought a lot on the phone, on conversations. But it was healthy because I don't think we have fought that hard on conversations recent.
Yeah.
We used to fight hard on the phone, screaming. Even my mom would come in the room like, "What's going on?" Because we were so passionate about
anything, whatever.
Yeah, even the
whatever
most stupidest conversation about a celebrity and our views and our opinions, our opposing opinions on it.
Right.
But I felt like we needed that to happen.
And then, mind you, after the screaming match, we were going a day on Thursday. Still.
So you scream on Wednesday.
We were still going on those freaking Thursday dates.
Right. But during that process too, what one thing do you think was something that you discovered about each other that you did not like? Something that you found out that, well, am I going to be able to adjust to this?
Well, for me, it was just what she just mentioned. Just those screaming matches on the phone.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Like just those. I mean, I'm not sure if it's random or just those bizarre fights that we would have on the phone. It was something like.
The fact that she screams, or the
No,
fact
the
that
both
you
of
guys
us. Like
have
the fact that we would get into these, we would
Arguments.
clash. Yeah, we would just clash, and and it was like, damn, is this what's gonna be?
Right.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Yeah, now you know today,
Yeah.
right?
Well, that's
So,
what it's all about.
so throughout, like, as I acknowledged that, I played a role in a lot of those heated debates, I just had a different perspective. I decided to approach it differently, and as you can see, those type of debates, arguments, whatever, has decreased tremendously. So it was just a conscious effort on my part to acknowledge my role in it and then kind of like back away from it, because I didn't like it at all. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't like it at all.
Yeah, it was concerning at times.
Yeah,
because we were just both in our feelings so hard. So what was the question? What was the one thing that we did not like?
Yeah, one thing that you did not like.
Just one? No, I'm just playing. You just want one? Okay, so then I kind of will piggyback off of that because I thought that I would be able to resolve it by changing. Like, you can't change a person, right? You could only change yourself and how you react to things. So when we would have those, arguments, I would always be like, I don't like the way I'm becoming, because I felt like Sonny was like bringing out this negative part of me, and I'm not like that. I'm very happy-go-lucky, social. It takes a lot for me to get upset.
So
if I'm upset,
not what you are becoming in a relationship, but personally.
Yeah, but he's the only one who brings that out of me, because
Okay.
I never have those type of debate. Even if I'm having a debate with someone, I never get to the feeling that I used to get when we would have that with him. He was the only one that brought that out of me. And I used to always tell him, we're not supposed to be bringing out the worst in each other. We're supposed to be making each other better.
Right.
And that is concerning to me, because I don't want to be in a situation where I don't want to be, because I always tell Sonny he's mean. Like, I don't want to be like a mean person. I don't want to be, that's not me, like, naturally.
Right.
So that was the major, and another thing is, like, Sonny, but he doesn't mean this. He doesn't he's not even aware of it sometimes. The way in which, like, he may talk, the delivery, his tone comes off sometimes very condescending. But we even argue about this because he doesn't see it. He just feels like he's just asking a question or he's saying something, but the delivery is all wrong. And sometimes I'm like, would I be able to, like, deal with this? Because that then gets me riled up, like, why are you having an attitude? Why are you, So that was the one of the few things that we didn't like. I didn't like.
Okay, but now that you are married, people normally say that you cannot know a person until
You live
you
together.
live with him or her. You live together.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think there were a few things that you couldn't catch during the courting or ever since you've known him? That,
Definitely.
You know now, like, does he sleep with his head upside down? Or does he sleep
Definitely.
a lot?
For me, it's only been 3 weeks since we've been living together. Let me tell you, I like to eat a lot. I love food. Sonny used to always criticize me. I eat too much. I'm like a vacuum, because, like, if he doesn't finish his food, like, I'll finish it for him. And Sonny used to always complain every day his stomach hurt. And I'm always like, well, what did you eat last night? Go to the doctor, because if every day your stomach is hurting, that's concerning, right? Come to find out, this guy, he eats so much, and he eats at all hours of the night. He'll eat at 1 o'clock in the morning. Like, he'll have, like, gari and milk and peanuts at midnight at 1 o'clock in the morning. He'll have blended kenkey, ice KK. Midnight, 1 o'clock, when you're sleeping, that's the time that he's having all this milk and sugar. And I'm like, you got the nerve to talk about me, I'm a vacuum, and complain about your stomach hurting. But this whole time, you're like a little rat in the kitchen getting snacks and eating at all sorts of hours of the day.
When the lights are off.
Exactly.
That's so
So
funny.
that was something new that I learned, and I was like, wow.
That's so funny. You heard that one thing that she said, while people are sleeping. So if you're sleeping, how do you know I'm doing all these things?
Well, the times that people are supposed to be sleeping. But I'm not eating. I'm probably in the bed, but not eating.
Well, I guess for me is that she's like, she can sleep at the drop of a hat.
But you knew that, because I used to sleep on the phone when we would talk.
And not only just sleep, like, sleep and then begin to snore immediately.
On the phone?
No.
But I used to do it on the phone.
It's like, it's not even like, she'll, fall asleep and then gradually begin to snore. It's like, we're talking, we're laughing, and then she look away for 2 seconds, and then she's gone. And then a second later, she's snoring. It's like, wait, are you really sleeping or fake sleeping? But she's really sleeping, you know, like she's really knocked out sleeping. Yeah, I mean, besides that.
But I think you knew that. But you know what? Sometimes
I didn't know to the degree.
Yeah, because sometimes when we didn't live together, he'll call or text me, and I don't answer my phone call. He's like, "What are you doing?" Da, 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 da. And I probably fell asleep. So now he can see, because I'm always on my phone. So he's like, for someone who's always on your phone, I don't understand why when I call, when I text, you don't answer when we weren't living together. So now he see I could be on my phone and literally like
yeah, with her phone in her hand and still snoring, like wow, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah. That's funny.
So one question I have for you is, are you guys excited about your marriage? Do you guys think that it's everything that you look forward to? It's everything that you had hoped for?
Well, for me, I would say so far so good. I'm just waiting to have these beautiful, healthy kids, and then that's just the next chapter.
How many do you point to?
I mean, for me, personally,
5.
God willing, if, you know, God presents opportunities financially, I would love to have a football team. You know, 4, 6 kids. I mean, honestly, like you know, if the finances are there, because this is real life.
Right.
You know, in this world we live in, you know, if you don't have finances to support,
Your
you know, a group of kids, you know, they will be in a difficult position. So,
Right.
if the finances are there, I would love to have at least 4, at least. But you know, if the finances aren't there, I'll take a boy and a girl, healthy boy and a girl, and then a third, God willing.
Nana, is everything that you expected and hoped for?
Hey, welcome back. That was part 1 of my Red, Nana Adwoa and Sonny. I hope you picked something up for your own relationship. That is what Couples Drive is all about. Learning, educating, and entertaining at the same time. So I hope you picked something up. Hey, please make sure you subscribe to our videos. YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook, wherever you're watching this. Please make sure you subscribe. I will see you next time with part 2 of my Red, Nana Adwoa and Sonny. Until then, stay blessed and let's keep love alive.